Shalom, shalom, Israel. Bear with me, Lord willing, Lord willing, Lord willing. Y'all feeling good today? Definitely want to give all praises to the Most High. Yahweh Shem Yahushai for another day, man. Okay. Turn this down a little. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all honor to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world, and He calls Jesus Christ. And of course, I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders who rule the world through the Spirit in great millstone. Lord willing, you can continue to endure and strive in His truth. Lord willing, we are that number. Double honors, double honors. Mighty shalom to the hopeful elect scattered four corners of the earth, in and out of congregations, teaching His word and believing His word to the best of their ability. Lord willing, the Lord put on your spirit to endure and to strive. Shalom to the wives and the single sisters that's pursuing to be at that number and to continue to strive to be a loving and silent wife and believers of His word. Lord willing, Most have mercy on all the brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. If you see the title, of course, I know you do. It says the New World Order is not for the elect. This society, how this dumb society is ran, is not for the elect right now. This is why, through the Spirit, the elect make it their duty to make sure somehow, some way, their life is about Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Some might go harder than others. Some brothers is just in this thing, you know. Some brothers is addicted. This is all they do. Some brothers, the Lord just got it on them, right? They might not be as fire, but they're on it, right? But the elect is all about Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They're all about their people. They're all about examining themselves. They are not about the next trend in this world and let me do it. They hopping on the next event, the next chaos, the next crazy distraction, and they're going to teach against it. The elect is observing their brothers and sisters that might open up their mouth and start speaking and teaching some Shabbat Abadingo. The elect is too busy observing instead of being of the world or being swallowed. The first verse I want to go to is 1 Maccabees, the first chapter, verse 40 to 43. And it reads, as had been her glory, so was her dishonor increased, and her excellence was turned into mourning. Moreover, King Antiochus, or King Antiochus, wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. So this is, in the Greek captivity, this is a form of a one world government, right? He want everybody to be one people, one movement, one way, one thought. And everyone should leave his laws. So the heathen agreed to the commandment of the king. This is the point right here, 43. Yet many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrifice unto idols and profane the Sabbath. Which on this side is going to be some Israelites that will cleave to the ways of this world, because they still want to buy that Gucci and that Prada. They still want those iPhones. They still want to be um, reflected in society. But the hopeful elect is so busy worried about the kingdom. They want what's coming next. They want what they deserve. They're too busy thinking about Revelation, I believe, 22 and 12. The reward is in the hands of Yahweh Shai. The elect is waiting for that reward that Yahweh Shai is going to bring. This is First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 21 to 26 in the GNT. I'm reading in this to make it plain for the ones that might not get it, right? But this is what it says. It says, with the Most High's help, we will never abandon his law or disobey his commands. We just read in First Maccabees, the first chapter, that they consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profane. In the beginning of First Maccabees chapter 2, this is going into the time of Mattathias, an Israelite man. And he's professing that with the Most High's help, we will never abandon his law and disobey his commands. Only the elect, right? Not saying because we never know if he was, but he probably was. Only the elect is going to stay 10 toes down and firm for the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai and not fold under pressure. It doesn't matter how much money. It doesn't matter what female, right? It doesn't matter what's in front of them. It's all about Yahweh Shema Shai. We will not obey the king's decree. We will not change our way of worship in the least. The elect of this time is going to stand bold, right? Let me get another one before I keep reading it in this Maccabees, right? You want to make sure you're firm, because if the enemy can see that you can be moved, they're going to constantly bring things out to move you. What is the other one? This is the one I do want. It says, this is Philippians 2 and 12. It says, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Right? You should be fearful knowing that somebody's giving you an order. Hey, follow our ways. Leave all your ways. Don't follow God. We got a new system. Our system is better. You have to fear the Lord when you know you have to make a decision between the Most High or this world. You should choose the Most High because it's better to suffer for the name of Yahweh Shema Shai instead of folding, right? A lot of niggas is terrible poker players through the spirit because they fold under pressure, right? And if you are a so-called Israelite and you want to be at that number, you have to intake pressure, right? The pressure where your life is on the line. They might tell you, hey, look, if you don't take this mark right here, this charagma, you're not going to be able to pay your bills or your insurance. You won't be able to get that Wi-Fi. You won't be able to go to these football games, right? You won't be able to travel the seas because we're going to scan your hand. Or, guess what? You're going to say, fuck that shit. I'm following the Lord because he said if I take this mark, I'm not getting the kingdom, right? 1 Corinthians 15 and 58, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye stand fast and unmovable, always abounding in the work of Yahweh Shema Shai. For as much as ye know that your labor is not vain in Yahweh Shema Shai. So when you striving for the Lord, be unmovable, where somebody can't move you from the Lord, right? You're going to be somebody that actually obeys the king's decree and change the way you are supposed to walk, right? Back to First Maccabees chapter 2, reading verse 23 in the GNT. Just as he finished speaking, one of the men from Modin decided to obey the king's decree and stepped out in front of everyone to offer a pagan sacrifice on the altar that stood there. When Mattathias saw him, he became angry enough to do what had to be done. Right? And a lot of our brothers and sisters, we angry now. This is why we trying to tell brothers, do not take that mark that's in Revelation 13. Regardless if you see it spiritual or sin, it's a physical mark. Put it in your mind to do not take it. Because that hour of temptation going to come so swiftly that some of our brothers and sisters will fold. Right? And guess what? We supposed to be jealous for the name of the Lord. Right? So right now, I'm going to tell you now, if you fall to the way of this society, you folded. You gave up. You're a freaking a double times loser. You had a chance to come back to the Lord. Now, if we don't make it on this side, we a double time loser. Let alone Esau is the biggest loser. But we are a double time loser. The Lord been giving you chances after chances. But if you not drawn to His way, it's really the Lord just knew in your heart you would never cleave to Him. You know what I'm saying? So it said enough to do what had to be done. Shaken with rage, he ran forward and killed the man right there on the altar. He also killed the royal officials who was forcing the people to sacrifice. Then he tore down the altar. In this way, Mattathias showed his deep devotion for the law, just as Phinehas had done when he killed Zimri, son of Salu. Right now, it's going when the Lord brings us back down. Of course, we're gonna be His battle axe. We're gonna put we're gonna be the vengeance of the Lord. Right. But at the end of the day, our anger is us teaching always on the highways and byways, teaching towards Israel and speaking the downfall of Mount Seir, right? Because the Lord told us to prophesy against Mount Seir, right? So, Lucky, let me get that. Right? Ezekiel 35 and 2. O son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith Yahweh Shema Shai power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Yeah, Mount Seir is a place, but you have to know the Lord is not mad or the place is His adversary, it's the people. So every time when the Lord is using sometimes of these, He's really just talking about the nation. So the nation of Edom that was living in this area, they are the ones that we're prophesying against, because Esau is going to be the ruler when Yahweh Shai comes, because he's the last Mohegan. He's the last ruler on this side of a wicked ruler, right? So we have to stand fast and choose here today to be stand fast and unmovable for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because the enemy is going to try um, so hard to get us off of our pivot. And what is your pivot? The ways of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, right? And you don't want to be one of them brothers where you had a chance to come back to the Lord, but then the Lord send His elect soldiers to come down and bring in vengeance, and you might be one of them people that might have to die by the sword, right? It's all about coming back, being faithful, right? Because when you go into First Maccabees, the second chapter, it goes into the faithfulness of Mattathias, right? He started building an organization, but it's really just Israel. But he was building up mighty men, and it started with his sons, right? Uh, his sons like um, uh, Johanna, Caddis, Simon, called Thassi, probably said it wrong, Judas, who is called Maccabeus, and Eleazar, called Ahavaran, and Jonathan, whose surname is uh, Appius, probably pronounced that wrong, but it all goes on Mattathias and his sons, the Maccabees, right? And they wasn't playing about Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. When you go to Joshua, I believe it is the 15th chapter, or is it chapter 24, verse 15? You must choose today whom you're going to serve, right? If it seemed evil for you to serve the Lord, choose the gods on the other side of Jordan, right? But when you actually come into the knowledge and the history of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, it's only one way that will show you sure victory, sure safety, right? Sure to be redeemed, and that's Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. It's no other way to yield, right? If you're not yielding to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you're like, oh man, there's too many teachers. Hey, the Lord will confuse you, right? He'll give you a strong delusion so that you can believe a lie. 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, and I'll start at verse 10. It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved, right? If you don't have the devotion for the truth, guess what? You will not receive the love of the truth where you desire it, where you keep growing and growing, right? It says, for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, and they shall believe a lie. And a lot of us is believing in a delusion. The Lord is tossing you to and fro through a slippery slope. It says that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. Right? If you don't believe in the truth really starts with Yahweh Shai. St. John 14:6. Right? You got another one, Isaiah 66, which I'm about to go to right now. Right? I don't want a strong delusion. And if I do, Lord willing, the Most High give me the strength to break that off. Right? This is Isaiah chapter 66, verse 4. I also would choose their delusions. The Lord is choosing your delusion. The Lord is choosing what you're going to cleave to, laugh, and say this is the best doctrine. Right? Because the Lord will make you have an itchy ear for different teachers. Right? It says, I will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them. Because when I called, none did answer. And when I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before my eyes, and chose that in which I delighted not. Hey, yes, you're going to have some that die by famine in Jacob's trouble, or die before Jacob's trouble, or die by the sword. You're going to have some that's seeking death and might not find it. Even other nations are going to seek death and they won't find it, because that judgment is going to come for the unrighteous. Right? And it's all about proving yourself worthy for the Lord to be the remnant that gets saved in this place, right? If you're not aiming to be that elect, nigga, what the heck is you striving for? Niggas is striving to get ratings on their credit score. Hey, that's cool. That's cool. You look, I'm gonna say this clearly. Do whatever the hell you want to do. You want to make money, go make you money. You want to be a millionaire, go make that mother sucking million, right? You want to get on TV, be on mother sucking TV. But first and foremost, do not put anything before Yahweh Shem Shai. And when you put Yahweh Shem Shai first, you're going to see stumbling blocks in things that you might strive in for. We go too hard for money, and guess what? You might have enough. I'm not saying quit your fucking job, but some of us go so hard to have a money status that when you're not building your faith up, when it comes that it become a cashless society, or you might have to give up your funds, right? Or your taxes get raised up, or you might have to drop more taxes. Guess what? You're going to be analyzed to see what you're going to do under pressure. Is you going to be like that rich man and say, hey, how can I enter into heaven? Oh, I keep the law. Oh, wait, how about this? You give all the money you have, or all your worthy possessions, and give it to the poor. I'm not going to do that. Mate, you don't want to get attached to things that's of this world, because when the Lord makes it his duty or makes something happen, what if a fire happened and some shit happened and you can't get your house back, you can't get that car back? What if you was saving bread in your house? Or what if your bank get bankrupt, or whatever the heck's happened and you can't get your money back? The more you attach to it, the more I would tell you, yeah, you're going to be upset about your money, right? You're going to be upset about your money. But it's always the thing when the Lord sent a chastisement to us, like, look, I'm going to be honest. I usually don't go through any skin problems. Like in this year, 2023, the Lord had my skin break out. Crazy. My skin break out on my chest, my neck, my back. And this never happened my whole life. I sometimes be funny. I'd be like, yo, maybe I'm dying. But I'm in the bathroom a lot of times when I'm taking, my African shower, and I'd be like, yo, the Lord got to be chastising me. The Lord, let me bring out this drink in Revelation. I want to bring it out in Revelation, but let me bring out this drink in 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. It says, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory for the pillar of the earth. Our Yahweh Shem Shai, he hath set the world upon them. He will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness, for by strength shall no man prevail. So if the Lord can kill it and make it alive, You have to believe the Lord can make you sick. The Lord can put you through a situation and make you have cancer, right? But it's about, are you choosing the elect steps and just strive? Now, if I was in the world, I ain't gonna lie, I would be pissed. I would really be, I know the Lord know, I'd be pissed off, because this is messing with my looks. A sister look at me, she might think I'm a mutant. I might not be attractive, you feel me? But knowing that I have that, to what I believe, I have this glow that's in this truth, that all these little defaults ain't gonna mean nothing compared to the wisdom that the Lord has given me and the understanding, right? Because when this America or the government really shows that it's falling, a man of knowledge and understanding of the Most High is going to be the stability, just like how wisdom is the stability of our time. When the feminine word come, right, to be stable in this place is to have a righteous man, a man with some type of knowledge, let alone, I don't care if it's learning how to make a fire, learning how to be homeless or not even homeless, pilgrim, right? A lot of women, they dating a lot of men that don't even know how to make a fire or don't even know how to be homeless, right? And when this mark come, there's a lot of your family members that's going to try to make sure that their status is still staying up, that they don't become homeless. Nah, man, I'm gonna take that karagma. I'm not about to live under no bridge, and they're gonna get hit so hard, right? And it's better to suffer for the Lord. But I wanted to let everybody know, just like what I said, the Lord will put you in a situation, but He's gonna put you in a situation He knows you're going to escape. So on me, I'm not hurt that I have these marks or my skin is. It's not hurting me because I'ma still strive. I know what's going on. Right, I have women that's taking care of me, that's making sure my skin is good. You know what I'm saying? But this 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13, it says, "There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it," right? And just like what the title say, the New World Order is not for the elect. So right now, the Lord is giving us a way to escape out of this society. And how is the Lord helping us do that? To help us do it spiritually and mentally, so that when these things actually usher in, we'll be able to do it physically, right? Because it's the scriptures that is our stability right now, right? Let me just see what this one is. Right. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9. Yahweh Shema Shai knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment, to be punished. Right? So the Lord is going to always deliver the godly out of temptation. Right? So this New World Order is going to tempt the shit out of Israel as a whole. But the elect is getting prepared right now because the Lord is already taking us out. Jacob, New World Order, when this even come, the elect is not going to be a part of society. Like, for real, for real. Like Bill Gates said, if you do not take to his mRNA or sign up, some shit, you are not even considered a citizen. So the elect, when the new world come, they are not a part of society. Ain't no Medicaid for these niggas. Ain't no Medicaid. The elect ain't going into top saying, "Hey, I want to buy this," right? The elect ain't over here getting their hair done. Now, maybe secretively, your wife or your sister might be braiding your hair, but the elect, they not out in no bar, no club. The elect, they're not having no mother sucking Wi-Fi. The elect is not gonna have a cell phone paid for, because if you don't got that mark, you ain't even doing shit. The number one thing you're going to do in society, most likely, if you do have books, you're going to be reading, just like the book of Eli. You're going to most likely just be sitting there, staying in there. You're going to be playing with nature, right? Without TV, niggas ain't going to be doing nothing, right? The elect most likely are going to be praying to Yahweh Shema Shai. If the food get a little low, they're going to already be prepared to fast, to go minutes without eating. Children might be, like, mothers and fathers might be giving up their food for their children, right? The elect might have food, might not have food at that time, but when things get worse and the 2/3 is running out their money and they start seeing like this shit is not the way to go, When the world start getting more crazy, they're gonna start seeing the elect eating, and then the ones that took this charagma now, they're gonna be stressing like, yo, I took this charagma now, the milk is costing so much now, I can't afford milk, and then they're gonna be like, damn, what the hell? Why the hell I take this anyways? And that's all it is. You take that damn thing, and then eventually the battery's gonna run out, or society is gonna fall, and it's gonna be like, damn, why I take it? Now this shit is going to hell, and you're gonna be an idiot. This place is gonna fall, and you're gonna take something as a plan B. This is not a plan B pill like Zukiana, where you take this charagma and you'll be set forever. No, you have to get your mind ready. America is getting prepared to be destroyed, totally. Right? Back to where I was trying to go to, Salaki. Right? Revelation, the 14th chapter, in verse 12. It says. Here is the patience of the saints, and the saints is the elect of Israel. It says, here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High in the faith of Yahushai, which would technically be the 1/3 that gets saved out of this Americas. It's really the 144,000, because the 144,000 are the ones that singing the song. Those are the ones that have the hierarchy under Yahushai. But then you have the 1/3 that gets saved out of America, and we're brought together with the great multitude that can't be numbered, right? It's about being that 1/3 in America. If you out of America, just keep striving for the Lord, keep having faith, and hey, the Lord, hey, we got you. You know what I'm saying? The Lord got you. All praise be to Yahweh Shema Shai. But the main point is the prophecy being fulfilled in America that the 144,000 saints are sealed. So if you are tired of this place, have patience in Yahweh Shema Shai. Seek the truth, because the truth is going to set you free. And the truth is not all everybody can be saved. The truth is a mystery. You got to dig for this. In order to dig to bury somebody, you got to dig deep. In order to make a den to hide from somebody, you got to dig deep. To find gold, you got to dig deep. To get a diamond, you got to dig deep. To get the hell up out of this mother sucker, you got to dig deep. El Chapo, he dug deep and kept digging and digging so he could make a damn tunnel. You niggas gotta dig in this thing, and if you can't find it, be humble enough and be like, you know what, I ain't got it. I don't got enough knowledge. So who do, and who's gonna teach me the sins, the good and the bad? You know what? Let me see. Oh, this brother going here. Let me follow you. You want somebody that's gonna ask you to follow him. You gonna want somebody that's gonna tell you, hey, ask me any questions. And they going with the scripture. You don't want somebody that's going in emotions and feelings, because this is your life, right? And you don't want to play with your life. If the new world is coming, you have to choose right now. Do you want to be a part of that fucking society? I don't care how you feel. I'm going to say it again. Choose today, do you want to be a part of that fucking society, right? Because right now, it's being showed right now, right? Shoot, they going to probably make a new Mountain Dew. It's gonna be called Babylon Burst, just like they did Mountain Dew. They call it Maui Burst. And Dew is a weapon called develop energy weapon. Hey, we'll keep that for another day, right? Let's go to Revelations, the 12th chapter, which is a very good chapter. But we're gonna go to verse 13 and read verse 13 to 17. And I'm going to try to give you certain precepts, because the whole Revelation, the 12th chapter, it goes into like a whole beautiful history breakdown, Lord willing. But this is Revelations, the 12th chapter, verse 13. 13 to... First I'm going to read 13 to 15, give you certain precepts, say certain things. But the main point is verse 17. Right? Revelations 12 verse 17 is the main point, to be honest. Right? So this is what it says. Revelations 12 and 13. It says, when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man child. Now, if we was to break it and start at verse 3, it says, behold, a great red dragon. So you have to understand precepts. Red, who was ever called red as a nation, right? It was Esau. Esau was the only one called red. What would a dragon be? A dragon would be a serpent, a reptile. Where do you find reptile in Genesis? So you would have to dig deep to understand. Oh, so was this Esau that was speaking to Eve? No, it was the who. It was a man, but he had the spirit of Esau. Esau is just a freaking devil, a snake, somebody that stab you in the back, somebody that speaks swiftly for its own pleasure, right? Crafty. A devil just means liar, manipulator, and deceiver. So this dragon right here, where it says when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth, right? Because um, uh, the dragon was in a higher estate, right? The higher estate is heaven, rulership, right? And it goes into Rome, because when I really break it down, it's really Rome at this time that's in a higher estate. When they get cast down, this is when Rome is falling, right? Falling, right? It says he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man child. Now, when we would look at it, we would look at Mary, right? We would look at Rachel, right? Or look at Rebecca, right? Or Leah that brought forth the children of Israel, but it will really be Mary, Hamashiach Yahushai. But when you say the child, it's really just talking about like Jacob. It just always go to Israel, right? 14 it says, "Into the woman were given two wings of a great eagle," right? The woman is Israel, the 12 tribes, "that she might fly into the wilderness," talking about Africa, "into her place where she is nourished for a time, times and a half a time, from the face of the serpent." So the serpent is the dragon. So we would have to go back to Genesis, the 3rd chapter, talking about the serpent, right? And let's just read this real quick, right? Because I don't want to make this lesson too long or too deep. Genesis 3, verse 14. Yahweh God said unto the serpent, "Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle." Right? So that same spirit is going to be cursed upon the earth. That's why out of Esau, when you look at, I believe is Sirach the 34th chapter, that out of all nations, there's only one nation that deserve not to be called a nation, Esau. Out of all nations, when we look at Obadiah and Preflo verses, it tell you that it won't be no more Edomites. When you look at Numbers, when they tell you the history of when Israel came out of Egypt, Amalek damn near attacked Israel severely from behind without them noticing, right? And the Lord eventually said that he's gonna cast off Amalek, and it won't be no more of them, right? They are cursed. They are a cursed people out of all nations. Look at their skin, right? It says, "And above every beast of the field, upon thy belly shalt thou go, and thus shalt thou eat all the days of thy life." It's just talking about his estate. That's why when you read about Jacob and Esau, the elder shall serve the young, right? He was already predestined to be a lower example of a worm. He's supposed to always be a servant, but because we fell, because it was our ruin, we look at Judah the 5th chapter, the 20th verse, that if we don't follow the ways of the Lord and we sin against our Lord, that they will overcome us and devour us. That's Judah the 5th chapter, verse 20. Verse 15, it says, "And I will put enmity," right, "between thee and the woman," right, "and between thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." This serpent bruised the head of Hamashiach Yahushai. That same spirit was in the Pharisees and Sadducees, who were Israelites, but they had that devil on them, right? They didn't believe in Yahushai. But technically, who did the spirit that was in the Pharisees, who did they bring Yahushai to get crucified? To a non-Israelite, to Pilate, right? To an Edomite. So technically, crucifying somebody was the Romans' traditions, right? So Esau bruised the head of Yahushai. They gambled over his robe, right? And they put thorns on his head. So they bruised the head of Yahushai, let alone bruise thy head. When we go into Corinthians, 1 Corinthians, let me just read that real quick, right? Because this is how you go into the Bible. If somebody is not going precept upon precept, how the hell do you know that they giving you the truth? Right? 1 Corinthians 11, verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, is Christ. And the head of the woman is the man. The head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yahweh Hamashiach, or the head of Christ, is God. So the head of man is Hamashiach Yahushai, is who the world, and he calls Jesus the Christ. So Genesis 3 was foretelling you that in between thy seed and her seed, it shall bruise thy head, right? So this serpent will bruise the head of this lady's seed, which is really Yahushai, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So later on in the future, right, Yahushai is going into Yahushai getting dominion. When we look at Revelation, the 19th chapter, he's going to have many crowns because he's going to take the dominion of all these rulers. And when we go into Genesis, the 25th chapter, which I'm going to go to right now, and it actually get fulfilled in this time in Genesis 25th chapter, but it's going to come into full tuition of Esau being the lesser vessel because the heel represents servitude, right? This is Genesis, the 25th chapter, verse 26. I'm going to start at 23. It says, Yahweh Shemashai said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. So those is 2 different nationalities, 2 manners of people. That means 2 different statures shall be separated from the bowels. So since they 2 different nations, 2 different statures, they're going to be separated. You go this way, you go that way. The one people shall be stronger than the other. That was Jacob. And the elder shall serve the younger. Esau is the eldest. So Jacob is the strongest. Esau is the eldest. And it says the elder shall serve the younger. At a point in time, Esau did serve Jacob. But this didn't say for a point of time. Esau was made to be a servant. So it's really going into future reference that Esau is going to go back into his natural role as being a servant. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. So if they're twins, this verse described the first one. He was red all over like a hairy garment. It's not saying his body was hairy, right? It's just saying how red he was. It was like it was red all over. When he got older, yes, he became hairy, right? They called his name Esau. After that came his brother out. Now, after Esau, his brother came out. Now, let's see if it describes him. And his head took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare him. Why they didn't describe Jacob? Because Jacob looked in naturally like Isaac or Abraham. He looked like a natural black man. So that shows that they were a different type of twins. You got Siamese twins, identical twins, and some other type of twins. But they wasn't identical twins. And it showed that Jacob grabbed the heel. But we just read this in Genesis. So everything was always prophesying, and everything was symbolic to Yahushai. So Yahushai is that heel, and Yahushai is the one that got bruised in the head for Israel's sake. And what it said, Revelations 12 and 15, this is the point, one of the points. It says, the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. Now, some people might think of a Noah flood. This flood is talking about when you have a massive army, and when Rome was sending their army to take over Asia Minor or take over this place, they send it as a flood, right? So what Rome did, this is during the time of Vespasian and Titus, because later on, Titus destroyed the temple. You know, Vespasian is the father of Titus. They destroyed the temple. Israel was getting crazy, so Israel started to flee, and it was 1 million Israelites fleeing the Roman persecution. And it's right here. So everything that I'm, bringing out right here, we went to the African mountains. But when you read it, I can read it right here in Babylon of Timbuktu, just for edification's sake, you'll see that we were fleeing the Roman persecution, right? Um, Here we go. This is Babylon the 10 on page 84. And I'm probably reading right here. It says, in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian, which is the father of Titus, right? He captured Jerusalem. And his son, Titus, put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, right? It's crazy Palestine is doing what they're doing. Many outrages and aristocrats were committed against the residents of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. Back then, it wasn't called Jewish, they were Jews. Deuteronomy 28:64, it says, and Yahweh Shemashai shall scatter thee among all people, from the ends of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So we were already scattered 4 corners of the earth, but right in this time of Rome, when we go into the African mountains, you got to know Israel just started going into multiple places, and they started cleaving whatever nation they were mixed with. They started cleaving to whatever was around them, right? Because as soon as you be around for a place for so long, you start picking up different habits and different culture, eating different foods. You start hearing the same words, start hearing the same praises, and you might start liking it, and then you start doing it, right? So we just seen that. So a flood. Let me just show you in Luke, 21 verse 20. This is Luke chapter 21 verse 20, and it reads, it says, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, this is that flood, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. So when you see armies compassing Jerusalem, just know the desolation thereof is nigh. So it's like it's at hand, right? And this is that flood of water, right? Now just continue to reading from verse 21 to 24. It says, then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains. What mountains? The western, West African mountains. Let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. So the ones that's in the countries don't enter there too. This is Yahushua on scene prophesying this. He's basically saying when he dies, this is going to take place. It says, for these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled, because Daniel prophesied this. Rome was going to be vicious, right? Because you got the desolation of abomination. Now you see the act happening in the Greek captivity, but it really is fulfilled in the time of the Rome, right? Really, probably 70 AD. It says, but woe unto them that are with children. Woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. This is how you know Jacob trouble is almost symbolic to the time of this. But Jacob trouble is going to be like something that has never been seen, but it's almost symbolic to it, because it says, woe unto them that are with child and give suck. So you have to imagine what we just read in Babylon 10:2 in Revelation, the 12th chapter. Pregnant women were running to Egypt. Hey, by the skin of their teeth, they probably got scarcely saved and made it into Africa. But you have to imagine, what if some of them didn't? They got the beaten or whatever. Rome really wasn't playing. If you disobeyed an order, they was not playing with you, right? Verse 24, it says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be laid away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled, which is being ushered right now. The time of the Gentiles is being fulfilled. But you still see these mother suckers because they're ruling. They're still in the seat, right? But in the Roman times, this was opening up those doors. Then the time when the Roman fell, all of us is like, yes, yes, the Gentiles, the time is up. Then the Dark Ages came, and then we start growing. Then we start ruling in Europe and Ireland. Then we fell away from the Lord again, and then Esau came up again and rose up after 700 years or 1,000 years after Rome fell. They rose up again out the damn caves like some freaking bats, cave monsters, and they rebuilt the desolate places again. Ain't nothing new under the sun. It's going to happen again, right? Back to Revelations 12, verse 16, it says, the earth helped the woman. The earth is talking about Africa, right? Africa helped Israel, right? And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth, right? So you got to know, Israel was swallowed up by Africa, right? Because it's people that look like us. It was easy. You got to imagine you being chased by people. You see it on movies where people being chased and they get near a store, they see clothes and they hurry up and change out of it and they get into a new outfit and now they start looking like new people. We start blending in with them, right? The earth swallowed us up. Leaving Rome, it was just like a place that was made for us because we were able to blend in, camouflage, right? What it says, the woman is Israel, and we basically scattered into many different directions to avoid Roman persecution, right? The Romans couldn't get all of Israel because the earth, the mountains of Africa or the West African mountains swallowed us up. All praise be to the Most High. 17, it says, the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, right? Which kept the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahushua Mashiach. So those thousands that flee, they were keeping the law to the best of their ability. How much more on this side? The elect is raising up because when we go to Maccabees, right, you have to believe everything is happening all over again. I mean, not Maccabees. The book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 30, it says, for I knew that they would not hear me. This is a lot of us, before we came into this knowledge, we didn't listen to the Lord because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. So the true elect is going to come back into the fold again. They're going to cleave to the Lord, and we're going to remember who we are. And we're going to cleave to the Lord, and we're not going to fall into this society, right? And we're going to be following the ways of the Lord. That's how you know who the remnant is, right? But if you're not following the ways of the Lord or trying and you're too busy trying to be of the world, you will die, mother sucker. Mother sucker, you gonna die, right? And what you got to know, especially if you're a Christian, you always using the same scriptures over and over again. Why not apply it, right? 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. When you love something, you get attached to it. So yes, it's fine to like something. It's fine you love these sneakers, but don't, like the Lord say, don't love, you got to hate your mother. You got to hate your wife, your children, your friends, your father and mother, right? You can't love them more than you love me. And when you hate, you got to hate your wife, hate your children. That means love less. So that means when you love the things of the world, make sure you hate it. You love it less than the Most High. Don't love it that you'll just do anything for it. And don't even say it or speak it or think it. Because you'll do anything to get this money. I'll do anything. I'll tax my brothers. You know what? I'll scam motherfuckers. You know what? I'll sell bad things to my brothers and sisters. You know what? I'll sell a half-naked dream and I got a whole husband. Right? We don't want to sell sin to our brothers and sisters. Right? So when you start loving the world, you start falling into sin. Right? It says the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, because really the things of the world is of the flesh, right? So if you get consumed by it, you're gonna act fleshful, right? Oh, brother, why you haven't did, like Asher just did a video about these brothers. They haven't did a video in a month, right? You get consumed with the world. Now you start doing one video every 2 weeks. I don't want to be that, regardless whatever I'm doing. I don't care if I'm doing one video a day, two, three. Please let me stay doing at least a video a day, right? Because as soon as you start seeing one video out the week and then more excuses, but you having all the time, you traveling here, you doing, that is a problem, right? You loving the world too much. The lust of the eyes, the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world, right? You love your life so much, you want, no, please, Lord, don't come yet. See, I want the Lord to come, but I want him to not come like tomorrow, because I still have to make sure my faith is intact. I want to make sure I'm worthy, because he's going to hit this place before it get physically hit. It's going to be hit with pestilence, and your faith is going to be tested. So I want to work on my faith so that when those things come, I don't fold right away, right? And that's being wise to work on yourself, right? Because I can rush and then I just collapse. Always work on yourself, because you don't want to have the pride of life. Like, no, 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 no. Let me enjoy this for a minute, right? It says, in the world passeth away in the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. I want to abide forever, and that means to be scarcely saved through the skin of your teeth, right? And then after to rule forever and ever and ever. I don't want to die in this place and then, Lord willing, be reborn through another man's McNuggets. That's not me. You can have that, right? Let's go to Revelation, the 3rd chapter. And I'm about to end this after a few more verses, right? Salaki that it was too long, but Lord willing was edifying. Revelation chapter 3, verse 8. I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door. Who is that door? Hamashiach Yahushai. No man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength, and has kept my word, and has not denied my name, which is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. This is really a letter to the church of Philadelphia, right? And you have to understand, in many of these churches, a lot of them was shutting the door, right? Was not having Yahushai in the midst of the church. That's why the Lord says in the 2nd chapter of Revelation, he hate basically the doctrine of the Nicolaitans. The Nicolaitans is like the type, oh, let's not obey the laws of the Lord, or obey the laws that was given to Moses. Let's obey the laws of the world, or let's make up new laws. You know what I'm saying? The Nicolaitans didn't want to give honor to the ways of the Lord, right? And right here, the Lord is telling you that door, Yahushua, is not closed, so don't shut it, right? I know your works. What works? We talking about the works of the ministry, not your 9 to 5. The works that you do for Yahweh Shem Shai. I'm observing you, right? Revelations 3 and 10. This is the major point, because it goes into this mot bisky, right? The charagma that everybody is not getting, right? And Great Millstone been teaching this for a long time, right? Way before I was, right? The mark of the beast is right there, it's plain. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right? Because we kept the words of the Yahweh Shema Shai. We were patient in this thing by, you were taking your time, you were reading. Right? You were trying to grow. You were asking questions. You were patience in your teaching. You were constantly being found on the highways and byways, or always in your work. Some people look at patience like, I'm about to just sit down and watch all the NFL games every day. But I'm being patient. You technically are. But when you're patient for the Lord, you're occupied on his coming. You're looking for his face. Right? When you're patient for the Lord, you're still thinking about the Lord. You still have a delight in the Lord. Right? You're just patient. Right? Because, you know what, I want to go have this fun. But no, you're just patient. Like, you know what, I'm going to wait, because if I consume myself too much, then I might, you don't want to distract yourself from your duties of Yahweh Shem Shai. Right? But the Lord said, because you've been doing that, the Lord will keep us from our temptation, which will eventually come in and usher the charagma. right? Because you're going to be tempted to buy these things. Oh man, I need to eat. And guess what? You might have a whole bunch of grasshoppers or locusts right next to you. You can fry those babies up and eat it, but your mind and your flesh in this world is going to tempt you like, damn, they eat a lamb. And I'm going to have to eat freaking locusts. You know what I'm saying? Let alone our wives and our children need this. But most important, if the men hold in patience and in faith and be stand fast in this thing, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to make a way for your wife and your children, right? Where it's not going to be a problem. That's why the men got to make sure that they're in tune, right? Bring out this last one, right? This is 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Now, this is what we want to say at the end. None of us finished this course, right? Right now, Lord willing, you keeping the faith. But Lord willing, we could be of those numbers that I fought that good fight. I strive to the end. I finished my course, right? I kept the faith. And hey, now look, I'm getting beamed up. Or what if you died during Jacob's trouble and it was for the name of the Lord? Hey, you fought a good fight. I finished my course. I kept the faith. Or you could be an old ass person in Jacob's trouble. You could be dying from cancer or whatever. And you say these words, and then next thing you know, you sleep, and then the Lord raised you up, and you in a chariot, and you seen America get beamed up. That's the whole mission. The mission is not the new world order. Am I going to still be able to buy a new iPhone? Am I going to be able to buy the new Chanel purse or the new Balenciaga boots? No. It's about getting that new glorified body. You say in the new world order, what about a new you, nigga? You said a new world order. What about a new world, right? What about a new heaven? What about a new earth? Right? What about a new government? You niggas worried about a new order where your elects is over here saying you could be a damn dog for all I care, but don't hold you accountable from walking away from the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments. But you want a new world order. You want a new world order where they dictate and tell you how many taxes you can have. Niggas is not free. Then they want to show you the bullshit of Israeli, and now they about to start promoting Jewish. Man, y'all just forgot about the black Latinos and Native history on the shit that y'all did to them. But guess what? The Lord did that because nobody gives a damn. The Lord don't want none of us to think about reparations on the side. We want to think, you should be thinking about your crown. You should be thinking about the kingdom, and you should be thinking about the destruction of this place. Why the hell was a nigga thinking about reparations when you don't even have a glorified mother-sucking body? How the hell you think about reparation and you can't even have the law in your mother-sucking heart? How you think about reparation and we got some now and laters in our community and we got boys in our community, but these over here trying to be Becky, Heather, and Brashinda, but it's Brandon, Kevin, and Maurice. You want a fucking new order, but you got men over here trying to change their Audi into an any, or you got women putting cake all on their damn face because they unhappy with themselves, but they want to be independent, but they want to promote that they want to be married. And when a man want to marry them, they're like, oh, I'm not ready yet. You don't got the figures I need. I'm trying to save to get 6 figures. I'm not ready yet. No. The New World Order is only for 2/3 nigglets in Esau, Ishmael, them African booty scratchers, and who else want to be in this world? It is not for the elect, for the saints of Israel. So if you a black man that's tired of this society and you believe in the Lord, you want to learn the laws, you want to try to rehearse it, this New World Order is not for you, brother. Sister, you tired of being half naked. You want to be covered up. You want to see your sisters covered up. You want to be a mother, right? You want your daughters to be a mother. You want your daughters to be married to a righteous, God-fearing man. Guess what? The New World Order is not for you, sis, right? If you got to keep using a toothpaste that got pork for you, and you tired of using that, this is not for you, right? You got to keep looking at ingredients to see if it got pork enzymes on it. This is not for you. The New World Order is not for you. Where you on social media, you trying to just look to see what's going on, and you see a half-naked broad, and you don't know if that girl is married or not. You don't know if you can make her your next wife or not. right? I don't want a new world order where I can't even just look up a movie and an ad come on. I see a naked woman with ass all out on a Tuesday, Wednesday morning, afternoon, and now I want to squeeze the turkey and make a damn creamy Sunday cream icing. No, the new world order is giving you sin, bullshit, and have all the fun you want, right? I want the new kingdom that the Lord is promising the elect. Like what I'm seeing on my screen over here. Bye bye Babylon. Excuse my language to anybody that has emotion and feelings. Fuck the new world order. Fuck mystery Babylon. F the miracle connies. The miracle connies. F anybody that wants to be of this world, and F anybody that gets offended because we saying F this society. F it, and F the mark the charagma. And if you love it, hey, F you too, right? Because this is about people wanting to be attached to the Lord. This is about people not wanting to be of society, and this is about people wanting to get back to who the hell they was. Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 16 tell you it was never finished of the nations, of all the people. So all the nations that you read in Genesis the 10th chapter all the way to the 11th chapter, they are still on the freaking earth. They just got a different name. Get it right and get it tight. If you don't want to be the elect, move aside, shut the hell up, and go party. Go party and go meet P. Diddy. Go meet P. Diddy and go have a fun time, and go meet Kevin Gates and tell him to spit on you. Please, go tell him to do it. Eat it all up. I hope it's a loogie too. I hope a booger is in there too. Right? But the elect, if you tired, keep promoting these videos. Keep calling the name of the Lord. Keep fasting if you need be. Keep praying to the Most High. Keep teaching. Keep going to the highways and byways. Keep annoying these mother suckers, man. Keep annoying them. Keep putting the foot on the gas. Do not put the brakes. Keep going 60 miles in the 15 miles per hour lane. F it. Go on road rage. That's what we on. We on road rage time for the Lord, man. Right? So Lord willing, this was edifying. Choose to serve Yahweh Shemashai. Chase to be the elect. Chase to get your crown. And this is my last verse, and we out. This is Revelation chapter 22, verse 12. It says, and behold, I come quickly with my reward. I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according to his work shall be. I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, and the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments, which is the Most High Yahweh, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gate into the city. Right? It's another one I want to go to, but I don't know if I'm going to bring it out. Where is it? That's the one I really want. Don't let nobody take your crown, bro. Don't let nobody mess you up from getting your crown. Right? Sorry, Salaki. The same chapter we was in earlier. Revelation chapter 3, verse 11. Salaki. Behold, I come quickly. Hold fast. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. What do you need to be holding on to? Holding on to this knowledge and understanding. That's what you need to hold on. Fuck your phone, your purse, your money, your luggage, your bug out bag. Is this? Hold on to the knowledge that you have gotten to make you be disciplined, to make you walk that line. When you get drunk, you driving intoxicated, and they make you walk. This is that line you walking on. Keep that blueprint, because this blueprint is going to help you get that crown. If you're not striving for your crown, step aside, right? And with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. And if it wasn't, hey, Salaki, we're going to try again. Until then, it's your brother Dar Gabar, Death to America, Death to Esau. Not on my time, not on your time, but his time. He never early, never late. He's always on time. If I can do it, you can do it. If you can do it, I damn sure can do it. Get it right, get it tight, get your mind right, get your spirit right. Treat yourself to the marvelous gospel to the Most High, but don't trick yourself from the marvelous gospel to the Most High, because this is not trick or treat. And with that, Yahweh speed.